Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday, 12th of April. We made it Tuesday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Another day of Vampire Survivors for us. But first, as we always do, we'll get into our gaming news. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Hope your day went well yesterday. Hope you have a better day today. Let's go ahead and hop in it. Let me grab tab. Cool. Let's go. All right. Again, good morning. It's good to see everybody. Welcome back. Another day, another beautiful day for gaming. As we do every day, we will be hopping back into our news segment first. Take a look at what might be new, what we haven't caught yet through the industry happenings, and see what we can find before we hop into our game today. Yeah. Yeah. Think this is a good news. Yeah. What's up, Metal? Good to see you, buddy. Um, yeah, there's always Nvidia leaks coming out on games and stuff. Yeah. So let's take a look at the, Kotaku. I like their site. Let's take a look and see what they're finding out through the Nvidia leaks. Of course, they're going to be talking about Kingdom Hearts, but that's already been announced officially. Let's see what else might be leaking there. Okay. Let's go with another Kotaku here. Sony goes big on Epic with whopping 1 billion investment. I'm seeing different things here though. I hear you, man. I hear you. Um, it's not a bad thing to learn how to do that sometimes, though. Yeah, it's always good to have a partner to go hit the gym with, but it's not a bad thing to learn how to sometimes be able to manage a workout session on your own as well, because it's going to happen, right? Yeah. We're gonna bring up this Kotaku, but we might have to keep tabs on what's going on here because Kotaku's reporting 1 billion investment. Financial Times is saying 2 billion, but 2 billion from Sony and Lego. We'll have to keep tabs here and see what's going on to build the metaverse. Okay. I'll say first and foremost before we even hop into that article, what we all need to know up front from anybody that's planning on building their own metaverse or what have you is we need to know what their version of the metaverse is going to be, right? Metaverse is a hot, trendy word that's being thrown around the gaming community, the gaming industry. Um, that quite often, oh, I'm doing great, buddy. Thanks for asking. I'm doing great, dude. Man, every day I get to come hang out and chill with you guys and you know do news and play games, and it's a great day, dude. Yeah. Even though sometimes we might be doing difficult playthroughs and I might be coming off as a little bit salty and stuff, uh, I'm doing what I love to do. I'm doing what I'm very passionate about, and it's a great day. Even if it doesn't maybe seem like it because I might be a bit salty, dude. But I'm doing great, buddy. Thank you. So, um, that's what I wanna make a point here and say that the metaverse, right? That's like one of the big trendy hot words right now in the industry is metaverse, just like NFT and blockchain is and stuff. But metaverse is like this real vague term that devs are throwing out there without being real clear about what they mean about creating their version of the metaverse. So what I would prefer to see is if that's awesome, Metal. That's awesome. I'm glad, dude. I'm glad. Um, I would prefer that if a dev is going to announce that they're working on investing on creating their version of the metaverse, they be very clear up front to everybody interested about what their version of the metaverse is going to entail. Yeah, for the most part, that's what I'm interested in. But we'll take a look and see what that article has to tell us. Okay. Um, Test your Final Fantasy 14 music knowledge. I have not played Final Fantasy 14, so we won't dive in there. And that's not really news. It's just like a fun little game, I think. Uh, well, I mean it's kind of news. It's on like a Wordle adjacent game where you can test your knowledge of the music within Final Fantasy 14. That's cool. What can games teach us about democracy? I bet that's a long article. Look, I think that I'm just gonna do a real quick. Games can be a very useful learning tool. Okay, games can also skew people's versions of certain forms of education, such as history. Right? Um, there have been a lot of games that have been built on versions of history and have altered that version of history to fit what they wanted the game to be. And then kids will play the game and then take what they learned out of that game and take it as actual what actually happened in history. You know what I mean? And so it's really it's one of those things where uh, there's no doubt there a lot of great games have actually been built to help educate individuals for sure, but it's one of those things where if somebody's going to be playing a game, they need to understand whether the game is actually factual for what it's trying to teach people, or whether it's maybe needed to be taken with a grain of salt a bit, um, as to whether it is factual information or maybe a bit skewed or altered to fit more of what the developer was trying to get across for their world they were building or what have you. Yeah. So I'm not gonna dive into this. That's just my spin on educational side of video games and stuff. But there's no doubt there is definitely a great thing to be said for educational video games. There's a video games can be a very educational thing, and they've done that for a great amount of people. Um, Even to the state of them not even being intentional, right? There are many people that have learned different languages just because they wanted to play video games that were online multiplayer games, and they wanted to be better communicators with the people they were playing the games with online. So inherently, they just started learning more languages to be better communicators. And without these games being naturally built as educational games, they became educational uh, on the back end for people without intending to be. You know, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, so we read about a bit about this recently. So China has approved some of their gaming. They've had a lot of gaming regulations come down within the past like year or so. Yeah, and they're starting to approve some things um, and get the ball rolling a bit for some of these companies. So now you're going to start seeing some of that stock go back up, if as it were, for these companies that are able to start rolling out some of their titles and things that have just been sitting, waiting on uh, their government to give them the okay. Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about Sega and NFTs and stuff like that. I'm not going to dive back into that right now. NFTs will continue to come up. We'll continue to talk about NFTs in the gaming world because right now it's not going away. So, but we've already talked about it recently, so I'm not going to do it again right now. We've talked about this. Again, real quick, if you didn't catch what we had, I'll give a real TLDR on what I think about art within. I love art. I love all forms of art, whether it be music or drawing or painting or writing, poetry. I love art. I'm not even hitting on that's just a small portion of things that can be considered art, right? Video game creation is an art, and the things that go along with it. There's actually great writing in video games. There's great music in video games. There's great the graphic design within video games. Fantastic art, and it's cool to see some of this stuff where people are able to game players are able to start taking some screenshots of the environments that they're immersed in within these games and show them off in competitions, right? Because the some of these environments that we're getting immersed in are so magnificent and well developed, and these engines that are being developed, like now we have Unreal Engine 5. We've seen some of the screenshots out of that. They are so realistic and beautiful, that not only is it a really cool thing for because I'm as a video game player, I'll quite often play a game. I'll go, good night, look at how beautiful this looks, and I'll screenshot it, not for anybody else, but for myself. But it's neat that these kind of competitions are coming up because not only does it give the player a cool thing to show off what they found in the game, but it's giving recognition to the developer as well for the hard work and true art that they've put into the game. Right? It's very, very neat, in my opinion. It's a very cool thing. Uh, oh wow! Tech experts think Breath of the Wild 2 looks too good to run on a Nintendo Switch. That's kind of wild. Oh wow! We'll read into this. Let's read into this. Now, if you're not aware, it just recently got announced that Breath of the Wild 2 has been delayed, right? Breath of the Wild 2 has been delayed to 2023. I will always, always, always side with a developer on I am okay with games being delayed. Please delay your game if it needs more time. If it needs more time to not be a buggy mess and not feel like crap whenever it gets released, delay it. Give us something that feels relatively polished, good to play. Don't rush it. Do not rush that game out. Do not make it feel like crap. Um, please, please. I'm okay with that. I think most of gamers as a whole feel the same way. Um, but we will definitely see what's going on here. Um, on whether Breath of the Wild 2 might end up on a next gen Nintendo console or something. So, okay, wild. Okay, I've had this question a lot. I'm actually going to look at this. Wearing speakers around your neck may be the new PC. So quite often you'll see me. I've had this question a lot. Quite often you'll see me with my headset just around my neck. Uh, I deal with headaches from time to time, and so sometimes I'll just crank up the volume on my PC and I'll wear my headset around my neck because I can still hear the volume and everything. It's not quite as immersive or anything, but if it keeps me from having to deal with a headache, it's worth, right? It's worth. So this is kind of wild. I'm gonna look into this and see what this has to offer. So this could be a really cool thing for somebody like me, and I know other people have similar issues, right? Where sometimes pressure from headphones, even if you're not somebody that deals with chronic headaches, pressure from headphones constantly, especially somebody in a broadcaster, a content creator situation that sits on a PC with a headset on for 6 to 8 to 10, even more hours a day. Um, that pressure from a headset, and this headset is not uncomfortable to me. I actually like this headset, but nevertheless it still it creates an amount of pressure on my head just because that's what it does. So it can cause issues for me, and that's why sometimes you'll see me with it around my neck. I sit here for hours on end every single day, and I enjoy it very much. But it's more beneficial to me sometimes just to not have it on my head. And I'm not a huge fan of earbuds. I'm just not. So something like this, I might actually be okay with. Let's take a look at that. Uh, I'm not going to dive into this. It's just talking about it being efficient, probably on a energy consumption level compared to how much performance it pushes out. I'm not. We'll take a quick glance. We'll take a quick glance. We read about this. Oh no, this is the wireless gaming controller. So we read yesterday or the day before about HyperX's new wireless gaming headset. Let's see what the wireless gaming controller is about. Unreal Engine and Return to Monkey Island. We'll take a quick look at that. If you don't know what Monkey Island is, that's an old school game. Old school game. I think they redid it and released it not too long ago though. Uh okay. Let's pivot. Do our other search. If you're not familiar, we'll go through like 3 pages of a search for gaming news, and then after we look through 3 pages of that, we'll pivot and we'll go to video gaming news search and go through 3 pages of that to see if there's anything else that pops up for us. Yeah, apparently Sonic 2 in theaters is absolutely crushing. It must be pretty solid flick. So that's cool. Battlefield 2042 Steam player count falls below 1,000 for the first time. Everything I know about that game is that it's been a hot mess from the get go. So I'm surprised. I guess that there's that many people playing it still. Everything I know about the game is it was just a complete hot mess from the get go. We already read about that. I mean, the video game industry. I'm not going to read into this. Look, the video gaming industry is absolutely crushing it right now, and it doesn't look like there's any downside coming for it. Um, One of the things that's been great for it, I hate to say it, but it is one of the industries that has thrived through the pandemic, right? To an extent. It's been hard for developers because it's been hard for all businesses. The pandemic has, right? Keeping people in the office, working consistently. It's been tough. The pandemic has, but what it has done is it because people have tended to have to sit at home and find ways to interact with people on more of a virtual, community based level, video games have kind of filled that need. So over the past couple of years, a lot of not just video games, but just virtual communities, right? And so tech companies and video games naturally have kind of filled that void, and so in that, they've really thrived, and people have found a love for something that allows them to interact with one another without having to be face to face during the pandemic. So while it has been rough on the devs naturally because of having workers not being able to have workers in the office and things like that, it a lot of people, man, have been just sitting at their houses playing games and stuff like that. Um, but the industry is thriving. There's no doubt about it. It's just absolutely massive. Everybody wants in. I mean, you talk, Apple's trying to develop a console. Netflix is going hard. They're acquiring all, these companies they can. They've got games that they're throwing all over their app. Everybody is trying to get into gaming. Um, it's not easy. It is not easy. Um, but if you can get in there and you can do a good job, uh, there's a lot to be made from it. So, um, Sony is the best video game maker, and the PS5 BAFTA wins prove it. Yeah. So, what? Why am I blanking the name of the game? It's right on the tip of my tongue. So, Returnal, is that it? I think it was Returnal. Yeah, dude. Uh, yeah, yeah. Returnal absolutely crushed at BAFTA. Um, apparently. So, um, I haven't played it. I heard good things. Um, but apparently it won big time at the BAFTA awards. Yep. Oh. Oh, Kingdom Hearts 4 will be upgraded to Unreal Engine 5 by release and take visuals several levels higher. Yo, random time. Metal, let me take a look at what you wrote, buddy. Just a second. If you're not familiar with our oh, check that out. Dude, Metal, first winner. Check it out, dude. Yo, Wick, what's up, buddy? All right, Metal. Um,
Alright, that one was on me.
Yo, Metal. All right, so here's the deal. I'm actually gonna make a. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. Go. All right, buddy. So since you're already subbed, dude, since you're already subbed, um, you let me know whenever your sub runs out, and you will get a free sub from me. All right, cool. Does that work, dude? So you let me know, and congratulations on being the first rando sub or rando mode winner, dude. That's really cool. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for somebody to finally hit on it, dude. That's really neat. That's really neat. First rando mode game winner, man. That's fun. That's fun. Congratulations, buddy. But yeah, metal. I've got a screenshot saved of it and everything, man. So, uh, yeah. I mean, I've got a screenshot saved. I've got a screenshot saved. I'll try to get something. Yeah. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll get something set up in Discord. I'll get something set up in Discord. I'll get something set up in Discord. I don't know. Here's the thing: as the channel moves along, more and more and more and more and more and more. When I don't know how easy it would be to get something set up in like the about section of the channel to. It would probably take some kind of coding. Yo, Demon, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Metal wants to go down in history. It'd be easier to get it done in Discord, so I'll at least try to get that done. But it would probably take an amount of coding to get like a panel set up in the about section or something like that, which I don't have the time to get all that coding and stuff done. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll see what I can figure out. Okay, dude. But congratulations, buddy. Let me know. I'll go take a look at what you were writing. Let me know whenever your sub runs out. Okay. My favorite sandwich, man. My favorite sandwich. I'll answer this question, and then we'll continue this news. Okay. My favorite sandwich is probably a Reuben, dude. I love a good Reuben. On some like you know, if not rye, a nice marble bread. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't like my bread too toasted though. A little bit toasted is good, but too toasted is bad. Yeah. I don't want it just completely crunchy. I like a little bit of crunch on the outside, but still soft on the inside. That's the key to my good Reuben. You know what I'm saying? Demon, what's yours? Metal, let me take a look at what doing a turn-based game. No, I wasn't aware, Metal. Oh, cool, dude. Cool. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. Yeah, I was not aware of that, dude. I was not aware. Right on. Let's keep going here. Let's keep going. We got a lot of news today. A Cuban? Right on, dude. Right on. Yeah, I'm big into like man, like I love salamis, dude, and like pepperonis, pastrami's, peppered pastrami for sure. Um, those kinds of meats, dude. So sandwiches like that, that's kind of my jam, dude. I like that kind of stuff for sure. And then I don't know, man. I don't know what my second favorite would be. I'm not sure. As a matter of fact, you know what's funny that you bring that up, Demon? I actually have a really cool. I saved it the other night. I was browsing Imager, and I have a really cool image that I saved the other night. It's got like 30 or 40 different sandwiches on it, and I was going to throw it in the food channel of Discord so everybody could hop on there and all the sandwiches are numbered and the Cubans on there, dude. Everything. I was gonna throw it in the food channel of the Discord so everybody could like and just be like, "Yo, what's your favorite sandwich?" I'll throw it in there after news, okay? Before we start Vampire Survivor, I'll throw it in there so everybody can take a look. Cool. Let's keep going with news. So Kingdom Hearts 4 will be upgraded to Unreal Engine 5 by release and take visuals several levels higher, dude. Let's take a look at that. That's kind of wild news right there. For them to have released the trailer yesterday, it looked decent. It looked pretty good. It looked pretty good. But to know that they're going to take it to Unreal 5 by release, that means this is going to be significantly improved visually. Yeah. Yo, Metal, that's pretty wild, dude. That you won a random. Dude, I figured somebody had to win it here before long. It's good to see everybody, by the way. Wick said that was some BS, dude. That's funny, man. I mean, here's what we were just talking about, right? We were talking about how big the video gaming industry is right now. Look at this: 226 billion US worldwide video game software industry. That's what the prediction is. By 2031, the video game software industry, just software, set predicted to be worth $226 billion, right? It's a lot of cash, man. It's a lot of worth. Tifton developer releases first video game. Let's take a look at that real quick. We got a lot of news articles today. Yeah, so again, here's if you're not aware, China has ended their gaming approval freeze, right? So you're starting to see some of the Chinese gaming stock go up because finally some of these Chinese developers are they're getting approval from the Chinese government to actually put their titles out there and everything now, and so you're starting to see they've just been like sitting on stuff for a while now because the government's just had these restrictions on everything. It's pretty wild. We've already got an article up about this, and we'll take a look. We've talked about the remakes. Again, if a remake's good, everybody's like, "Oh, I'm so glad they did that." If a remake's bad, they're like, "Oh, they shouldn't have done that." Right? That's just the way it goes. It'll always be like that. Most of the time, anyways. There are going to be people that are die hard fans of original games that'll go, "Please don't redo that game. Please don't redo that game." You'll have those people too. Yeah. I did, Metal. Yeah, I said that's really cool, man. Yeah, I'm glad you're stoked about it. That's awesome. I'm not real familiar about that stuff, but I'll have to look into it. Yeah. Well, I mean, like at least the Honkai stuff. I know who Mihoyo is, but I just don't know what like the Honkai is. Yeah. Yo, Chain Wolf, what's up, buddy? How are you, dude? My dude, how'd your session go last night, man? Here, real quick. Let me do a couple of these. Yeah, for anybody that's hanging out, I'm gonna shout out a couple of our other streaming friendos real quick. Okay. If you guys aren't familiar with Wick and Chain Wolf, they are also content creators, streamers here on Twitch, and amazing individuals. They are friends of our channel, and if you get a chance, please go check out their channels and throw them a follow. Show some of that outsider love. Okay.
Now that we're friends, is
Oh.
it okay if I pet you?
Yo, Chain Wolf, thanks so much, dude. Thanks very much, buddy.
Chain
Incredible.
Wolf just
Thanks,
subscribed.
Dude. Thank you. Much appreciated, buddy. Thank you very much. Awesome. Awesome. I was your 250th follower? GG's, dude. GG's. Incredible. Awesome, dude. Well, then I'm glad that I that's why I didn't follow. All right. And again, we'll just do this. We'll say that it was
That one was on me.
his fault. Okay. And but also did it on purpose so I would be your 250th. Cool. Again, thanks so much for the support, buddy. Incredible. Thank you very, very much. I hope the rest of your stream went very well, dude. Yeah, we've already talked about Sonic 2 killing it in the box office. Gearbox and THQ Nordic owner teases more acquisitions. You like that, dude? Yeah. Session was good. Oh, really? Cool, dude. Cool. Yeah, like I said, I mean, we read in the news yesterday that apparently there's like a countdown timer right now where they got about 17 or 18 days left, I think, until 18 days until apparently there's a big announcement coming, and the thought is it's probably the announcement for the new COD game, which will be released later this year. But I mean, take that with a grain of salt because it's not like a confirmed thing, but it could be, yeah. I've watched it, yeah, because I mean I've got kids, right? So I've watched it. It's pretty good, dude. It's pretty good. But this second one's been tearing up the box office, man. It's actually the highest grossing. What is it like? Was it the highest release for a video game based movie now? Something like that. Pretty wild. Something to that effect. Yeah, it's absolutely killing the box office right now. Pretty wild. All right, that's yeah. Yeah, the first one was fine. Yeah, it was entertaining. But yeah, that's what apparently, man, the second one is just absolutely, which is wild because usually it's like the other way around. Yeah. Yeah, they've got those other characters in now too, right? That's going to be a big draw. But usually it's the other way around, right? You like the first one's usually really good, and then it's like the more iterations that come in the series, they've been doing better with that nowadays, though. You know. All right, so that's we're gonna go through all these articles now for the news, and we'll see what we come up with. Cool. Yo, Mamzel, what's up? How are you? Good to see you, buddy. Kingdom Hearts 4. Yo, Mamzel, perfect timing. Kingdom Hearts 4 will be upgraded to Unreal Engine 5 by release and take visuals several levels higher. Mamzel. Perfect timing. Oh, you've been playing Roguelands. Yeah? Yeah, just in time, Mamzel. This is your jam right here, yeah? I was a filthy pirate. Oh, good. Right on, Metal. Awesome, buddy. Cool deal. Yeah, so here we go. It's kind of wild that, like, the trailer released yesterday for this, and now all of a sudden they're like, we're just going to throw this into Unreal Engine 5 and upgrade everything. Yeah, you know, this is so Chain Wolf. I've been, you know, kind of like meh about Kingdom Hearts, and Mamzel's gonna lose her mind right now. Kind of from the get go of these games, it's just like the whole Disney mashup thing has never really grabbed me. It just never has. It's just not my jam, dude. Like a bunch of Disney characters inside, like kind of Square Enix Final Fantasy type world stuff. You know what I mean? it's just kind of not my jam. Um, no, so you mean man, so you mean a crossover with Disney? You're gonna miss the cartoon aspect? What do you mean? Why would you miss the cartoon aspect? Okay, so I want you guys to keep in mind, just because it's moving to Unreal Engine 5 doesn't mean that everything's going to look like they're like Donald Duck's not going to look like a real life duck or anything. You know what I mean? They will still make it look good. You know what I mean? I would say give it a chance. Give it a chance. Uh, I know what you're saying. Don't know how it will play with the new engines and stuff. Feel it's made for old gen. Yeah, I get that. I get that, man. But this is our industry, right? And we're evolving, and this is what games are doing. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing if you'll take into consideration like the Bioshock series, right? They've always been linear. The new Bioshock is going to be open world. Yeah, and there are a lot of people who are like, "Oh man, I don't know. You know, it's really weird. Like, taking Bioshock into an open world environment, that just doesn't seem right." But I mean, that's the way the video game industry is rolling, right? And um, hopefully, they do it in the right way that doesn't kill the feel of what the game has always brought to. Because there are people that love the Bioshock world and stuff, you know. And as long as they stay true to what the games have always been at the heart of them. Games are always going to evolve because technology naturally evolves very fast too, right? And I get what you're saying, and we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, um, but I would say give it a chance, right? Give it a chance. Yeah, second one has always been your favorite. Yeah, yeah, and I get that. I mean, I know that there are a lot of people that love these games, and I mean, I say this all the time. I'll be a broken record right now. One of the things that makes us a great as humans is the fact that we have differing opinions and likes and dislikes and stuff. You know what I mean? And it's one of the things that I try to promote in this channel very much is that we don't have to like the same thing as long as we respect the fact in a very civil way that that's okay. That's cool. You know what I mean? Again, it just wasn't ever a draw to me. The whole Disney side of things is just not really my jam. And um, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I used to have like big, like goofy feet and stuff, right? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, 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 yeah. I do remember that now that you say that. Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah, I do remember that. Uh huh. Okay. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So yeah, for sure. So I don't have one right now either. I don't have one right now either. But did we not read? Yes. Yeah. So here's the thing, Chain Wolf. If you're not aware, um, Sony has committed also to um, so they basically took PlayStation Mobile, their PlayStation Mobile division, if you're not aware. They took their PlayStation Mobile division and they pivoted and they turned it into their PlayStation PC division, right? Um, if you did not know that, they now no longer, it's now PlayStation PC. They have a direct concerted effort at releasing their proprietary games for PlayStation on PC as well. Okay, so um, what I'll say is I am not super hopeful that all of their proprietary games come out right away on PC the way that Microsoft does, because Microsoft has Windows, right? That's the big difference. You see Microsoft, they have games that are like coming out on Xbox. They almost always come out on PC as well because they also produce Windows, right? Sony doesn't have that. So, but at least over the past year, we've seen where Sony has now this vision of we're losing out where Microsoft is making money, right? And it's partially because of this PC portion that they're always doing. So Sony made this adjustment. They turned this. They've got this entire division devoted to PlayStation PC now, and now one of my big concerns with a PC port is that name right there. Okay, so traditionally that company has not done very well with PC ports. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated. Terrible. They still haven't patched that game up, from what I understand. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. Again, hopefully these proprietary games will also start being released on PC, if not at the same time as their console, very very shortly afterwards, right? But my other big concern is that like because they are being developed specifically for PlayStation, they're not going to be very good PC ports when they do get released for PC. That's a big concern for me. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But I would say try to keep an open mind. Try to keep an open mind. Look, we've already seen what they've done with the game graphics wise. They're not going to turn back from that, right? Yeah, that's a little bit different though, right? Because we're not talking about a new gen game. Those were old games that I have some consoles. I don't have any of the new gen consoles really, but I have. Oh, I've traditionally been both chain, but over the past number of years, I've kind of really gotten back to my roots as a PC player. That's where I grew up. I grew up on PC, and I've really over the past like 4 to 5 years, I've really gravitated back to just mainly playing on PC. Uh, so, well, and again, Mamzelle, I'm just saying, that's my concern because look, Square Enix does not have a great track record of PC ports. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I Square Enix does not have a great track record of PC ports. They just don't. They don't. Uh, their PC ports quite often come out with suboptimal, like they have performance issues. They're not optimized for PCs, stuff like that. So that's I just have a concern naturally because of that. And look, you know that I'm a Final Fantasy fan, right? So I'm not trying to, blast on that company. I love Final Fantasy. That's Final Fantasy's. Oh, really? Oh, really? Yeah, yeah, right on, Shane. So I mean, right now, the like, I dude, I don't have new gen consoles or anything besides like a Switch. I play mostly everything on PC. Yeah. Probably so, man. So that's kind of what I'm thinking too. That's what I'm thinking too. But we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. That's kind of what I'm guessing too. Yep. I would not be surprised if that was the case. But what I'll say is, um, it's better than them just the glasses half full, I guess, for PC players. Whereas traditionally it used to just be this is only coming out on PlayStation, and we would never know uh, if it was ever going to come out on PC. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And look, what I'll say is, we've already seen the trailer. We've already seen what they've done with the graphics and everything. So there's all they're really going to be doing is like taking what they've done already and enhancing what they've done in the new engine, right? So um, we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah. Uh, I'll read this real quick. Square Enix has reportedly said that Kingdom Hearts 4 gameplay that debuted on Sunday will be upgraded to Unreal Engine 5 for the game's final release. That's according to a Famitsu report from this weekend's Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary event held in Tokyo, Japan. According to the publication, the KH4 footage shown in its debut trailer is running real time in Unreal Engine 4. That's what I figured. However, the game's development team is currently testing Unreal Engine 5 in parallel, it's claimed. The full game will be made in with Unreal Engine 5, and the quality of lighting and detail will be several levels higher. Yeah, so that's basically what I figured. Yeah, it's just they're just going to be porting it straight over into the new engine. Yeah, dumping the game. Wait, what? Did I say dumping the game? I might have missed something there. It's claimed that Kingdom Hearts 4 is being developed by Square Enix's Osaka studio, same team behind KH3, led by co-director Yasushi Yasu. So same team behind KH3, yeah. At the same 20th anniversary event, Kingdom Hearts series director Tetsuya Nomura is said to have revealed that he was considering creating a real game based on Verum Rex, fictional video game featured in Kingdom Hearts 3's Toy Box world. Fictional game is set in Quadratum, the same alternate world in which Kingdom Hearts 4 is set to take place. Nomura reportedly told attendees on Sunday that he was at one point torn between creating a real Verum Rex game and Kingdom Hearts 4, but eventually settled on the latter because it would be difficult to make two console games in parallel. According to Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts 4 will mark the beginning of an epic new storyline titled The Lost Master Arc. Yeah. Okay. We're going to find out. Yeah. We're going to find out more and more about this as it progresses. We are quite a ways away from this dropping, right? But what I would say is as we move forward, we will get more images. Before we get a trailer, I bet images will leak of this as they progress in upgrading it into UE5 engine or Unreal Engine 5, right? So we'll be getting taste of this and find out more about dates and things like that as we move forward. Yeah, I know Mamzelle is just super stoked. And I know there are a lot of people that are huge Kingdom Hearts fans, so there's a lot of hype around it, and I'm excited for everybody that has been waiting for a new Kingdom Hearts game. That's great. That's great. I hope it's very good. Tifton developer releases first video game. Okay. A fresh take on basketball video games is slated to hit one of the largest online gaming platforms in the world and mark the first work of a small company that has made its home in Tifton. Local independent video game developer Lizondo released its first video game, Hoops FPS, on digital gaming distribution service Steam April 8th. With more than 100 million users on Steam, the game could potentially be played by people all over the world. Presenting a unique spin on traditional basketball video games, Hoops FPS has players play a game of basketball from a first-person perspective rather than the disconnected third-person view seen in other sports games such as NBA 2K series. Yo, you know what I want? Bring me back some NBA Jam, dude. That's what I want. Bring me back some NBA Jam, dude. All I want to do is just be on fire. Just knocking down threes, knocking people over constantly without losing turbo. You know? You guys even know what I'm talking about. This gives the game a unique playstyle more akin to first-person shooting games like Call of Duty. Game is intended to be multiplayer, allowing group players to go head-to-head online, sinking baskets on one of the game's virtual courts. Okay. I'm not gonna read the rest of this, but that could actually be pretty cool for a fun little like. Dude, I love the NBA Street games too. Chain Wolf, you know why we couldn't play those now on stream? At least without like completely muting them, because the music in them was just on fire as well, dude. Same thing with if you guys want to check out the rest of that, this actually might be a cool little like multiplayer game for some of us to get down on at some point though. You know what I mean? Just like play a little FPS basketball against each other and stuff. Yeah. Didn't uh didn't NBA Street have some like yeah, the soundtracks, dude. Yeah, the soundtracks were killer, dude. That was the same thing as you remember the Fight for New York games, dude? Where you could fight as like Snoop Dogg and all the like Def Jams guys and stuff like that. Do you remember those games? You could like create your own guy, and dude, the soundtrack was sick, But there's no way you could stream that game unless you just muted the entire game out while you played it. Yeah, me and my buddy used to. Def Jam games were awesome, dude. They were awesome. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you can like create your own character. It was awesome, man. And the music was awesome. Music was awesome. Me and my buddy used to just go at each other all the time in those games, man. But yeah, dude, I played the crap out of Fight for New York and the yeah, you could delete it later. You could. But don't, dude. Can't you get copyright strike now for even live play, dude? Pretty sure. Yeah, I loved some like Super Nintendo NBA Jam, but dude, the NBA Street game was. I still own that, dude. I still own NBA Street. I'm pretty sure, and I still own Fight for New York. I think too. I gotta go dig some stuff out here pretty quick. Holy crap! Yeah, that's what I thought, man. That's what I thought. See, that's why, dude. The whole DMCA stuff. I do my very best to just stay away from any potential stuff. It's really like even the stuff we watched yesterday. The music. Yo, I know, man. I know. Take it easy, my friend. I hope your workday goes well. The trailer that we watched yesterday for Kingdom Hearts, the first two trailers within that 7 minute long trailer were for some like little mini Kingdom Hearts games that are coming out, like one's a mobile or whatever. The music in them, everything got muted out of Twitch automatically. I had to like pull everything down and edit out the sound myself because it clipped out some of the news segment stuff. Man, it was terrible. Yeah, I mean that's why I love what I do, uh, and I just don't want to run the risk. I think a lot of the DMCA stuff is kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, there's not much I can do about it. So um, some of it I understand. Some of it I understand, but to an extent, some of it's actually pretty ridiculous too. And um, I'm just at I just don't want to put my channel at risk. I love what I do. I love my community, and I from time to time I have to take a day off, and even just taking a day off out of necessity feels real bad to me. So I couldn't imagine like getting banned because of like some copyright stuff or losing my channel due to it. So it's just not worth the risk to me. You know, I just try to minimize that risk as much as possible nowadays. Or I always have, yeah. Gearbox and THQ Nordic owner teases more acquisitions. Yeah, I know that, dude, but here's the thing. People have also gotten banned because some of those DMCA free playlists have leaked some not DMCA free songs into those playlists. So people have played those playlists on their channels and then got banned because there were songs in the playlist that weren't supposed to be in the playlist, right? So you're counting on Spotify, and Twitch has done the same thing too. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I don't know. It's a real sticky situation, man, and I just don't want to deal with it. I just don't. That's why usually the only music that I'll play on stream is music that like I have a lot of I have a lot of OSTs and stuff, and quite often, like I love video game music, and there's an amount of video game music that just won't ever get like copyright strike, right? Because it's like yeah, you never know. You never know. But quite often, I'll like just test video game music because that's what we do. We stream video games all the time, right? So if there's like indie dev stuff, like for instance, BPM Bullets Per Minute, amazing game by the way. It has a sick soundtrack to it, man. It's an indie dev, and the game is actually it's a rhythm based FPS roguelike game, right? And because it's a rhythm based game, it's got this custom soundtrack to it that is just amazing. And I promote it all the time because the game is just sick. And the music's awesome. It's just a lot of fun. Indie devs, too, man. I love indie developers. And quite often in my startup screen, I'll run that music. And that's what I usually look for is like OSTs, soundtracks, and stuff. Yeah, yeah, and that's terrible for them not to have like yeah, no like a streamer option and stuff for sure. Yeah, yep. But like a lot of these indie devs, they create just some amazing music in their games, and they never, they don't have any kind of like copyright claim stuff out there or anything like that. So you can just rock the music, and it's fine. But there's also some OST, some video game music out there that does get claimed, and I stay away from it. It's just hard to decipher and figure out. It really is. It's tough, dude. It's a tough world for content creators as far as that goes. It feels bad. So Gearbox and THQ Nordic owner teases more acquisitions. Video game industry has seen a number of major acquisitions over the last year, and it seems Embracer Group is looking for new studios to purchase. The company currently owns developers such as Gearbox, Saber, Deep Silver, THQ Nordic. In an interview with Financial Times, CEO Lars Wingfors stated that he plans to bring more studios under the company's umbrella, specifically those that already have a strong success rate. Embracer wants to find companies that are well run and let them continue doing what they do best with minimal oversight. From a commercial standpoint, we don't have central commercial decision making. Wingforce told the Financial Times, looking at other companies, they've struggled when they put too many layers of directors and management and start controlling creators. That's when they start falling apart. Wingforce's comment comes less than a month after Embracer completed its purchase of Dark Horse Media. We read about that. Following the purchase of Dark Horse, CEO Mike Richardson has remained with the company, which would seem to confirm Embracer's approach. Dark Horse is Embracer's 10th operating group and was brought on to embrace the latter company's transmedia capabilities. As Embracer brings on more development teams, Wingforce believes it puts less pressure on games needing to be big financial successes. If you can make one game, you have a big business risk. But if you make 200 games like we do, the business risk is less, says Wingforce. Borderlands 4? Did you try Tiny Tina's? Wonderlands? Shane Wolf? Have you played all the other Borderlands? I'm guessing you have if you're making that statement. The CEO obviously did not get into specifics about any Embracer Group's plans. He did state that they are looking more into free-to-play games. Embracer is located in Sweden, but the company wants to continue to expand its footprint in several other countries, including the US, China, UK, Poland, and France. It remains to be seen how things will play out for the company, but it certainly seems like Embracer is making big plans to expand. Okay. Not yet. You watched it a lot? Yeah, so I didn't want to get spoiled. Here's my thing. All Borderlands multiple times, yeah. So Borderlands 1 and 2, dude, holy crap. I only played through Borderlands 1 once, but I played through Borderlands 2 multiple times. Those games are amazing. The pre-sequel didn't grab me as much. I played a good amount of time, probably like 30 hours in the game, 25 to 30 hours. And it was just, I don't know, man. It didn't grab me all that much. And I ended up putting it down and never picked it back up. I haven't played 3. I've heard it was okay. 2 is absolutely beautiful. I agree, dude. 2 is phenomenal. And look, man, I know Borderlands isn't for everybody. Yeah, the pre sequel or whatever. Yeah, it was not very good, dude. Yeah, I heard 3 was kind of meh. Yeah. 1 is what kind of brought me into Borderlands, right? And then 2 just like sold me. I heard 3 that was just kind of meh, but I think one of the things that where I've considered actually streaming it was that it has Twitch integration, right? So I've thought about streaming it because it has Twitch integration. It could be fun for the community and stuff like that. Tiny Tina's, I think, Borderlands needed to do something a bit fresh, and I think where they kind of might have nailed it was doing some of the D&D stuff in there. Now, I haven't seen very much gameplay, but I did watch a bit of character creation and stuff. And there are just so many people nowadays that are embracing D&D, Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, and it being their first game, you've got to just, with Borderlands 1, you go, this, at the time, at that time, and with it being their first iteration and everything, it was groundbreaking. It was amazing. It really was. And then they built off of that and made a phenomenal second iteration. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, I don't know. I just hearing that Borderlands 3 was meh. I don't know about Tiny Tina's. I think that incorporating, and look, that's what I always want to see. If I play a game and I'm like, that's pretty good, I want to see better moving forward. You know what I mean? Not less. I want to see more. Yeah, I mean that's what you would expect from a dev. Yeah, instead of going, uh, let's just push something out, and they loved the one before, so they'll buy this one too. I want to see better. I want to see them actually put some blood, sweat, and tears into it because they care about the people that love the game. Love the series. Okay, so we'll see what comes about here. I mean, look, here's the thing: the this whole cycle of bigger companies absorbing smaller companies and indie companies and stuff, it's not going to stop, right? It's not going to stop. It's unfortunate because we see what happens time and time again. We need competition, right? Competition comes from having more companies in the industry and stuff, but we'll get that. It's inevitable, but at the same time, we end up with these massive, you know, juggernauts at the top, like Microsoft and Sony, and you know, they just are gluttons of the industry that can absolutely absorb. I mean, look, it's all you got to do is look at what Microsoft did earlier this year and just forking over 60. What was it? $68 billion. 68. Oh, what's it going to cost? 68 billion. Let me just reach in my pocket. You know what I mean? 68 billion dollars. That's like, what did I read? What did I read earlier this year? Some of the poorest countries in the world receive support in the amount from other countries in the world of like 6 to 8 billion a year, and Microsoft just bought another corporation for 68 billion. Think about that. You know what I mean? It's kind of wild. The giant gaming leak that keeps getting vindicated. Last September, a massive list of potential PC games leaked through NVIDIA's GeForce Now video game streaming service. It was posted online. At the time, no one quite knew what to make of it. Was it insider info or speculative placeholders? Now, evidence is mounting that at least some of the leak is real, with Square Enix officially confirming one of the more eye-catching listings for Kingdom Hearts 4, with a splashy reveal over the weekend. GeForce Now lets players stream through, phones, tablets, and PCs. Launched in 2020, the service has continually been adding support for new games, which requires testing and coordination with publishers and studios. So when dozens of unannounced PC game titles surfaced from its database, people took notice. Video game storefronts and platforms use placeholders all the time. Industry's heavy reliance on sequels and spin-offs means it's not hard to guess at least some of what publishers are working on at any given moment. Nintendo will make another 3D Mario, and Activision will make another Call of Duty. But in some cases, the Nvidia leak went deeper than that, using project code names and specifying unlikely remasters. And as the confirmations pile up, people are starting to take it more seriously. The Nvidia leaks. That popped in there kind of weird. The Nvidia leak dates back to September. A developer from Ukraine going by Igor July shared a post on Medium where he detailed how he stumbled upon a phantom list of thousands of GeForce Now games back in May of that year. Unlike other streaming services, GeForce doesn't actually contain any games. Instead, it helps you stream the ones you already own on services like Steam and Epic Games Store. July was able to mess around with the back end and accidentally access listings for games that weren't officially supported by GeForce, as well as a bunch that didn't even exist. Steam database operator Pavel Jundik posted the list to GitHub, and breakouts of the more notable entries were shared on places like the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit. Nvidia responded a couple days later, denying the leaks contained any confirmation of new PC ports or releases. Of course they did. One of the games listed was Halo 5, the only Halo not yet on PC. Seemed a reasonable assumption, but 343 Industries immediately shut the rumor down. Everybody's going to shoot these down, you know? If it's not officially announced by the dev, they're going to go, oh, no. No, sorry, no, that's false. Who the heck invited Chain here? Yeah, shout out to Chain, actually, dude, for the sub, dude. Thanks so much, buddy. Thanks, man. There are basically 4 types of Nvidia listings for unannounced games that have since found support in some way. PC ports, remasters, sequels, and unnamed projects. One of the most notable in the first category was God of War. Yeah. You guys are funny. The company had already begun bringing its biggest games to PC with Days Gone. Yeah. So God of War following suit wasn't entirely unexpected, for sure. It did, however, list games like Demon's Souls, a PS5 exclusive whose original announcement trailer said it would also come to PC. Sony later said this was due to human error and the game would remain on console only. Alright, let's get through this. Let's see. While this doesn't mean everything in the Nvidia leak is real, some of it could have been speculation, and plans often change or get canceled. Clear some of it is. Where does this that leave the rest? For some, it seems like it's only a matter of time, though still potentially years before they come to PC, like Returnal and Horizon Forbidden West. Others are more out there, but hard to ignore, like a Half-Life 2 remaster. Leak also lists Titanfall 3, which Respawn has repeatedly said is not happening, but could also totally still happen at some point. Still stuff like Helldivers 2, theoretical sequel to the 2015 top-down co-op shooter for PS Vita that later came to PC. Its developer Arrowhead Game Studios hasn't released a game since, but it's currently working on a third-person co-op shooter with next-gen graphics. Without the leak, Helldivers 2 would never have made it onto my not E3 2022 bingo card in a million years. Yeah, there's always like these leaks from Nvidia's what do they call it? The GeForce Now. There's always these leaks, man. It's crazy. You guys are Yeah, there is a new God of War coming out. Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok is coming out. I don't have they released a I don't think there's a release date yet, is there? I don't think there's a release date yet. Yeah, just 2022. Yeah, it's going to be later this year. I think I would guess fall, I think, as long as it comes out on time. But no current specific release date. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I'm psyched. We just played through God of War. Actually, I need to get the.
That one was on me.
What's up, Psych? What's up, buddy? Wick's gonna get so tired of hearing that, dude. Yo, by the way, I'm probably gonna have to find. I'm probably gonna have to find a different So what I found out, I realized yesterday that only or not even subs, only myself, mods, and VIPs can play that stuff, dude. Regular users cannot, and it's because of the widget I'm using, and it doesn't allow for any other option than that, which is really weird. I looked into it last night. I'm gonna have to probably find some other plugin to use. Yeah. Probably so, Chain Wolf. Yeah, probably so. Yeah, probably PS5. But again, I mean, the hope is that with Sony committing to their Sony PC division, I mean, they said specifically, uh, like we are committed to releasing our proprietary PlayStation games on PC now. Like that's what we're going to be doing. Now they didn't say at the same time or anything, but we'll just have to see. So hopefully, now and what I'll say is, so Chain Wolf, I know that. I'm using a specific. Well, so the it's a theme. It's like a theme plugin that I'm using for those specific commands, right? Um, it ties into the command, but it's an actual overlay as well that was created, yeah, by a third party, and you can use it through Steam Stream Elements, right? And the overlay itself in the settings, it's got a drop down box, and the drop down box only has 3 different settings in it, to where it's like the only people that can initiate that command to have either the get, because I've got 3 of them set up, and it's that WIC audio, there's hacker, and break, right? Um, the only 3 options in there are broadcaster, broadcaster and mod, or broadcaster, mod, and VIP. There is no option in there. And I did a ton of research last night. And there's no option to just allow everybody to run it. So what it is I have it tied in to where Stream Elements runs a command at the same time that the overlay runs. That way, my Stream Elements bot like shows that it comes up in chat at the same time that the overlay runs something, right? So it's kind of like a double like tie-in. Um, yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know why they coded it like that. That's the thing, is like I could either go in and take a look at the code and see if I can completely remove that option. That way it would just run for everybody, but it would take me some time. I haven't done any coding in quite a while. I mean, I'm an IT guy by trade, but dude, I haven't done any coding in a hot minute. So I would have to take a look, and I don't necessarily have a ton of time to do that. Well, I might just need to find another plugin to use to run these commands. But yeah, I did a bunch of research last night, and I was like trying to find out if anybody else had a way to run it through that same It's called video on command through Stream Elements, and it's a theme widget, is what it is. It's a theme widget, and in the settings, there's a drop down box, and that's the only options it gives you. I'm like, why would you code it like that and not just make it to where all users could, right? Like, just like a command is in Stream Elements, right? Like you get a drop down box for a command in Stream Elements, and it gives you all the different options. You can make it just everybody. They didn't put that in there, dude. I don't know why. Seems real dumb, but I'll get it figured out. It just sucks for right now, but I'll get it figured out. I was just busy last night on some YouTube stuff, so I'll get it figured out. Yeah, it seems dumb. So, Sony goes big on Epic Games with whopping $1 billion investment. It's the PlayStation maker's 3rd major investment in the company behind Unreal, and the largest. Yeah, it's really stupid. I know. Yep. Because I actually found some like posts from other people that are like, is anybody else having like Has anybody figured out how to get this to run for like all users? Why is it only like, why is this drop down box only making it to where VIPs and broadcaster and mods can run this command? That's stupid. And yeah, so yeah, I was like making sure I wasn't just being three head. There's a reason why that I have that emote, but it's not just me. That's legit the only options it gives you. I don't know why they did that. Just stupid. Pleb shouldn't have the right to blame Wick. Yeah, but at least having the option to let like everybody run like hacker. You know?
Hacker Man. He's the most powerful hacker of all time.
Break. Something like that, Or just keep, VIPs. Make it to where only mods and VIPs could run Wick's Fault. That's the way it should be. Whereas only mods and VIPs and myself can run all of these. Like, yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah. So I need to find something better to use. We'll keep going. Epic Games recently announced an epic. Could they not come up with a better word? Epic Games recently announced an epic. Who are these writers, dude? Come on, man. Epic Games recently announced an epic new wave of fundraising, notable both for the $2 billion it's pulled in and for an eye-raising firm present among the leading partners, Sony. The makers of PlayStation VR have invested a cool $1 billion in Epic to further the development of new digital fan experiences and the metaverse. Again, what I said when we found this article in the first place is, what is your idea of what is your version of the metaverse, okay? That's what we need to know as gamers, okay? Today's news comes fresh on the heels of Epic showing off some impressive new tech. Last week, Epic Games hosted a showcase for the release of Unreal 5, latest iteration of its powerful 3D rendering engine, featuring a number of high-profile developers, including the Coalition and CD Projekt Red. As for stuff you can actually get, yeah. Isn't the only significant investment Sony has made in Epic in 2020. Okay. It's not totally clear what all this money is for, whether it's laying the groundwork for eventual PlayStation exclusivity of future games developed by Epic, or as heavily suggested by statements from the CEO of both companies, more about beefing up Sony's virtual reality endeavors. Representatives for Sony did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Epic Games, meanwhile, simply redirected Kotaku toward the press release announcing today's news. This investment will accelerate our work to build the metaverse and create spaces where players can have fun with friends. Brands can build creative and immersive experiences, and creators can build a community and thrive. Epic CEO Tim Sweeney said, so you're creating an online community, and you're just calling it the metaverse. This is what I don't get, dude. This is what I don't get. Everybody is throwing around these like terms that are real trendy right now, right? Like NFT and blockchain and metaverse, right? Everybody's throwing around metaverse, but none of these companies are actually being transparent about what they actually think the metaverse is, or what they're trying to turn their version of the metaverse into for us, right? It's just like, all it sounds like is another online gaming community of like everything we already have. It's like, I don't get it. We are thrilled to invest in Epic to deepen our relationship in the metaverse field, a space where creators and users share their time. It's just an online community, dude. I don't understand. Also commented, Epic's expertise, including their powerful game engine combined with Sony's technology, will accelerate our various efforts, such as the development of new digital fan experiences in sports and our virtual production initiatives. And then we actually read an article here lately where get smirk. Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's what doesn't make sense to me. Is like it's like one of those things where it's like real trendy to say it. It's like metaverse. Ooh, you know, make it the metaverse and get ready. Get ready for the metaverse. Doesn't sound like anything different than what we already have going on right now. Other than every time that I hear meta, I think Facebook and I think evil. And then I think Wick. And then I think evil again. Like this. Well, right, yeah, no, I know. That it's just that's what's so funny about it to me, though. It's like, yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting across. Psych is like it's just the trendy thing for all these devs to say right now, but nobody's talking about the fact that it's like just a word used to describe. At least the way it seems to me is it's a word used to describe these online gaming ecosystems or communities that we already have. Yeah, it literally means nothing new. It means what we already have. It's just a word to describe what we already have, what they've already made for us. And they're just trying to turn it into something like, trendy. I don't know. But they're trying to make it sound like it's something new and it's not. That's what I'm trying to get across. Yeah. Yo, Yo, cool, Chain Wolf. Yo, thanks again for the sub, dude. Much appreciated, brother. It's very good to see you, and we'll catch you very soon, buddy. Yeah, I hope work goes very well, dude. Hope work goes very well. Lots of news today. Oh, shit, dude. What is that, bro? What is that? Tech experts think Breath of the Wild 2 looks too good to run on a Nintendo Switch. Check this out, guys. Could the sequel really be a cross-gen launch? Yeah, take it easy, buddy. Making up a new trendy word? I like it, dude. Yeah, well, let's stick with that. A shikadoon. Is that kind of like a wubba dub? Is that a... Which is almost similar to a didgeridoo, I think. And cycle. Tech experts think The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 might be a little too good for the Switch, dude. In the latest episode of Digital Foundry Week, Richard Ledbetter, John Linneman, and Alex Battaglia discussed the recent gameplay snippets for the Breath of the Wild sequel. There's an excellent breakdown of the technical aspects of the new trailer, including anti-aliasing, 1080p to 720p rendering, draw distances, and more, which leads the group to doubt the sequel is actually intended for the Switch, dude. Why are there two Psychs? Wait, what? For real? You know why? Because Psych is...
Hacker Man. He's the most powerful hacker of all time.
Chiefly, Battaglia believes the Breath of the Wild sequel could launch in a similar fashion to the original 2017 game. First Breath of the Wild launched over both the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch, and Battaglia thinks this is what Nintendo has up their sleeve, with the sequel launching it on both the Switch and the more powerful version of the console. Oh. Yeah, hackers gotta go. Additionally, Battaglia thinks the camera cuts in the latest trailer having perfect anti-aliasing points to the new game running on a revised Switch console. This is something that even the Xbox Series X struggles with at times. So it's hard to imagine the 2017 console from Nintendo absolutely nailing the technique. Volumetric clouds also not breaking down when approached by a Link in the sky is another indication of the sequel running on more powerful hardware, the host adds. Oh, it didn't play, dude. That's weird. It certainly is up for debate as whether the Breath of the Wild sequel trailer really is running on the Switch. While it's entirely possible Nintendo fine-tuned the trailer to make it look better than the final game, Linneman rightly points out that Nintendo typically doesn't pull this marketing stunt. True. And shows games in trailers exactly how they run on actual hardware. Yes. It looks like those Nintendo Switch Pro rumors will keep doing the rounds for now. Oh, wild, dude. So, yeah, that might be the play, man. That might be the play. That might be you hacked hacker. Yeah, yeah. Why though? That's pretty rude. So we might be in for exactly what they were talking about, where Breath of the Wild 2 actually comes out a bit dumbed down for old school Switch, and it was actually developed more for Switch Pro. We'll have to see, but that's some interesting news. This is something I'm very interested in. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Wearing speakers around your neck may be the new PC gaming sound solution. Now, the thing I would worry about, obviously, is having it too loud to interfere with microphone and stuff. But I wear these around my neck already anyways, because sometimes I get headaches and I just don't like the pressure for like 8 to 10 hours at a time. There are two wolves inside of you. One loves listening to high quality sound that won't distract others while playing video games. The other has sore ears. Sensitive scalp, needs a rest from wearing headsets. I think we've just found a solution that might satiate both. Panasonic is releasing a neck-worn surround sound speaker especially aimed at gamers. Curved 4-channel speaker setup sits around the neck like a slim, not very comfortable looking travel pillow. Keeps the gamer's ears and head free from hardware. Looks like a great midway step between speakers everyone can hear and a headset that closes you off from the world. Dubbed the Sound Slayer gaming speaker, it connects via USB or, nice dude, or 3.5 headphone jack. Should in theory act as a typical set of speakers once connected. It also means it should be compatible with just about everything. Website lists Windows 10, PS5, Xbox S and X, Switch, as well as some older consoles. Sound Slayer has dual microphones for game chat that should cancel out echo and what looks like easy to access controls. Overall, it looks like an easy to use piece of kit without too much fiddling about. That being said, there are 3 different gaming modes to optimize for different experiences. Role-playing mode is designed to work with immersive RPGs. An FPS mode, which is set to focus on sounds like footsteps to help locate enemy players, as well as the voice mode that will make dialogue clearer when needed. Downside to this speaker setup is that it's really not cheap. At, what is that, $299 Australian? Is that what that is? AUD? Is that Australian? I think it's Australian, yeah. On the Panasonic site. Also available on Amazon for $198 US or $260. On Amazon for $268 AUD. Also $247 US or $339 for the limited edition Final Fantasy version, if that's your jam. You might want something a bit more versatile. Aren't married to this new neckwear idea? You can get some seriously nice gaming headsets for the same price or cheaper. Wild, dude. That's pretty wild. I will want to wait and see what some reviews say about this. But that's actually a pretty interesting piece of sound equipment for anybody that deals with any kind of issues from wearing headsets for long periods of time. This could be a pretty cool piece of equipment to use. Yeah, pretty nifty. The 3090 Ti is surprisingly efficient gaming beast when limited to 300 watts. 30% more power efficient than a factory 3090 when you limit the power available. Okay. I'm not going to read all this. I'll let you guys take a look if you want. Apparently, if you limit the Ti to 300 watts, it's pretty efficient. That's cool. If you're not aware, there's a lot of different software out there you can use to kind of manage your GPU. MSI Afterburner is a very popular one, but there are some different ones you can utilize to kind of undervolt, overclock, mess with the settings of your GPU. You just need to do a bit of research and really understand kind of what you're doing to your piece of hardware before you go in there and start messing with settings, okay? But it can benefit you. It can, for sure, you know? HyperX now shipping clutch wireless gaming controller for hours of mobile and PC gaming. HyperX is apparently just pushing out some new peripherals and stuff. We just read about their new headset, wireless headset they pushed out. The gaming peripherals team at HP Inc. and brand leader in gaming and esports today announced it is now shipping the HyperX Clutch wireless gaming controller. The controller features a familiar standard full-size controller layout, comfortable ergonomic design, and textured controller grips to provide improved controls for mobile gaming. HyperX Clutch is compatible with controller-enabled games on Android mobile devices and PC. So there you go. You can see pretty similar to like an Xbox controller. Yeah. Yep. Uses a standard controller layout, provides additional turbo and clear buttons for a competitive edge. Clutch wireless controller includes a convertible phone clip that can function as a tabletop tool for tablets and phones, and the phone clip can securely fit phones from 41 millimeters to 86 millimeters. Comes equipped with a built-in 600 rechargeable. What is that? I can't remember what MAH stands for at the moment. Rechargeable battery, offering up to 19 hours of battery life on a single charge for longer gaming sessions. It is available in the U.S. through Amazon for about $50 U.S. I'll post this in chat just in case anybody's interested. There you go. Unreal Engine and the return of Monkey Island, best gaming news. Rare treat to have a game announced and released in the same year. We don't want devs toying with our emotions too much, but toy they have with the announcement of Return to Monkey Island. The game has been developed in secrecy for the past 2 years and will pick up the story where Monkey Island 2 LeChuck's Revenge left off. LucasArts, Devolver Digital, and original creator Ron Gilbert's Terrible Toy Box have united to bring us what will hopefully be a fantastic follow-up to the classic 90s point-and-click games. Max Payne, we've already talked about Max Payne getting remakes 1 and 2. Unreal Engine 5 officially released, yes. So today, Back for Blood Tunnels of Terror is the first DLC that is coming out for Back for Blood. That comes out today. Cat Cafe Manager comes out on the 14th. Sounds adorable. And Tato Classics on the 15th. All right. Battlefield 2042 Steam player count falls below 1,000 for the first time. Again, everything that I heard about this game from the time it released, and I have heard nothing else since, is that it's just been a hot mess, really. Current player count on Steam reportedly fell below 1,000 for the first time on Monday. Shows that earlier today, just 979 people were playing the game at one point. Worth noting that Steam database data for April 11th shows today's concurrent player count as low as 1,021. Easy. Battlefield 2042, which was released in November of 2021, had an average concurrent player count of 1,963 over the past 30 days. Significantly lower than its predecessor, which had an average concurrent player count of 11,500 during the same period. In February, publisher EA reportedly attributed some of Battlefield... I remember this. Battlefield 2042 struggles to the surprise early launch of Halo Infinite's comparatively polished multiplayer experience. They're trying to blame another game, dude, when their game was a hot mess. Yeah, Battlefield 2042 hasn't gone down well with many fans, with over 200,000 people even signing a petition asking for EA to offer players unconditional refunds. EA, dude. Just... in my experience, just don't ever bet on that company, man. Acknowledging the game's disappointing launch in February, EA CEO Andrew Wilson blamed factors such as our teams working from home for nearly 2 years and unanticipated performance issues that only became evident once the game was played at scale. EA, it's in the pay, dude. There you go, Syke, yeah. Battlefield 2042's next update, which is scheduled to arrive in early April, is set to include voice chat. Bro, they don't have voice chat in the game? They don't have voice chat in that game. What? A feature that was surprisingly absent from the game at launch. Not only at launch, but hasn't even been included yet. In a recent blog post, DICE also outlined how it's changing its approach to Battlefield 2042 map design following the game's disappointing launch. Based on player feedback, it said it has identified 5 main issues with the design of the game's existing maps, which it intends to improve over the coming months. It also said new Battlefield 2042 maps being developed for future release, will be smaller in scale than the game's existing ones. It sounds like the game died, dude. Sorry. We'll see, but brutal. Brutal. Good news segment. Good news segment today. There was a lot of stuff. I love going over the news with you guys. It's a lot of fun. I love staying current on what's going on, and it's a lot of fun for me. I hope everybody enjoys it as well. And if you're not able to catch the segment when we're live in the channel, I am starting to post these.
Hey, shut your pie hole, buddy.
Fake site. I am starting to post these on YouTube every day. So hopefully, if you're not able to catch these live, you'll be able to catch them in the YouTube channel. And if you're enjoying the content, please think about maybe clicking that like and subscribe button. And we will catch you for the next one, hopefully. Yeah? Tomorrow, 6 a.m. Central North American time, every single day. If you're not able to stick around or you are catching this on YouTube, then stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, cool, and we'll see you very soon. All right?